everyone and welcome back to Austin Talks, where today we are covering the Loki Season 2 video. It is just around the corner. I cannot wait for this. I've been waiting for this season since it came out, or since the first one came out, and then they confirmed the Season 2 would be here. It is just, I've been waiting for it for so long. Now, there's one thing I just would like to talk about is that I've had a bit of problems uploading on YouTube recently. As of next week, from probably when it uploads, it'll probably be the week after, it will be properly, it applies to Austin Talks and Austin Plays, so it adjusts when I upload news videos, so it's a bit hard to upload. But so I'm not going to upload this week. This is the only video along with my news videos, but by next week it will be all set, and then the next week I'll do the weekly news for the last couple of weeks. So because I know that I have had a bit of problems, so I just thought I'd let you all know. Now, without further ado, I'm not going to ramble on for too long. Let's just get right into it. Now, there's a common question says, when does this take place? I didn't understand the question, because with this type of series, it's hard to understand because they're in the TVA, which when they are in the TVA, they're actually outside of the sacred timeline, which is actually it wouldn't actually have any ties to the timeline whatsoever. Logically, season 1 took place during the events of the first Avengers movie, so then this season will probably just be 11 years before the end game. But that's basically it. But as I say, this movie jumps between timelines literally, so there's no possible ways to measure when it will take place. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what when they jump between. Probably it'll be we're going to the future, then we're going to the past, and then we're going to the very big past, like the Victorian Setting. So yeah, it's kind of hard to measure. So that it probably just logically it would be probably just after the Avengers movie, but I'm not too sure. Now, the concept of time slipping. Now, I'm sorry, but there are too many of these scenarios in Marvel Universe now. Now, the concept of time slipping is essentially what happens in Into the Spider-Verse, but in this show it shows on a different level in this series. Now, it seems like it will impact the storyline as Loki will bounce between timelines, and this will actually help Victor. This will help Victor. This will help them find Victor after time slipping. Now, this may be different in terms of abilities, but this is a new component to the MCU, and I do think this is actually something we'll see in Deadpool 3, because I do know that will that's like a time travel thing as well. So I do think that will play an impact, but in this series, it will probably be a big plot point in that sense. Now, this series we've noted. We got a glimpse of this in the last season even. But he seems to be using a lot of more green power. Now, in the season he's using green light powers with Sylvie. Now, as I said, we just got a glimpse of this in season 2 when they were in that purple place, but it is obvious that he'll use this a lot this season. Now, this is something that we only saw with the classic Loki, but not with this Loki. We saw it with the classic Loki when in that weird place, but leads us to believe with a power that depends on how much understanding how much power they have is a different story. Now, I think this will be implemented, and this may be what gives Loki the upper hand in the moments against Kang, and then against but I don't think it's just something that we noticed, and in these scenes he'll probably use them a lot more, but not massively. He'll use them to his advantage, if you get what I mean. Now, what is the plot of the series? That's a good question. Now, from what I've read about this new season, It picks up straight after the events of the season finale, where Loki finds himself in a newfound TVA along with people like Mobius and Hunter B-15. He forms a team of people attempting to stop in this incoming war, because being the presence of Kang. Yes, through their adventures, they through different timelines where they meet Victor Timely, and soon enough after all this, it will mean that he will finally be able to possess a glorious purpose. Yep, that's one way to put it. Yeah, that's the plot, because people were confused if it would be like people wanted it to be to revolve around what do you call it, Kang, which it very much did. So yeah, that does make sense, but I don't know. I do think it will be like. It won't show Kang as much as it will show Victor Timely, but as I say, it's a Loki series, not a Kang show. That's left for the Kang. That's to be left for the Kang dynasty, and I'll get onto that in a little bit. But one of my concerns is that they'll show a lot more of Kang, which will, while it will lead into the Kang dynasty, it won't be. It wouldn't, timeline-wise, it wouldn't make that much sense. But I am willing to let off, because I've always wanted to see Kang, so I may be a bit biased with that statement. But yeah, I just really want to see this character. Now, the fabrics of time. Now, in the series, it was shown quite clearly that Mobius and Loki are in this spacesuit, and it's trying to get to a very powerful flowing thing, and and I think it's the fabric of time, or the sacred timeline, but just in a different form of some sort. But this could also be what powers items like the Tempads and Broomsticks. I think that's what these what the power is. Now, the season does delve into the pure context of the series, which will give us our first look at Kang, and I do think that this time, we'll have a bigger role. He will have a bigger role than just being at the end, and I honestly can't wait for his appearance. And what the series is letting more. He is playing a bigger role than this season is letting on, which is a very good thing, and I don't know, because it does look more like the sacred timeline, and if you look closely to the left of the image, it looks like Alioth. So that's what leads me to believe it's some sort of the sacred timeline, but I'm not too sure. I guess we'll have to wait. But I don't know how much significance this will be, but yeah, we don't know. Now, Jonathan Majors, Victor Timely, menacing. Now, in the comics, Victor Timely is a variant of Kang, who will play a big role in the plot lines of this season. Now, along with Kang Prime. Kang Prime is the actual name, not just Kang, because we had Kang the Conqueror, we had Immortus, He Who Remains, Centurion, and Pharaoh Ramata. Now, this one, the one that we're getting in this season, is called Kang Prime. Now, that's just to let you know about that. Now, from the trailers and sources, Nathaniel Richards is a scientist why must we use proper English? I'm kidding. Now, whom travelled into the past to give lectures on the subject of time. So, basically a weird version of Albert Einstein. To be fair, with that hairdo, doesn't surprise me. Now, and he works under the name of Victor Timely. He'll be revealed to be the bad person if you are basing off the events of the comics, but if you actually look in this season, he doesn't look like a bad person. I think what will happen is they'll go to this place and they'll notice that he looks the exact same as He Who Remains, but when they confront him, he'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, and he'll actually be revealed to be a nice guy. Mainly because I'm only hoping that, because he gives lectures on time, but I'm not too sure. I'm hoping he's a nice bloke, but even from that poster or the image online, he doesn't look too nice. The Victorian setting is a very good fitting for this series, as we do have Victor Townley, and it does fit in with the plotline. And it makes sense that with the Victorian setting as the main setting for this character, because it also seems to fit in with the tone of the story as like gritty and dark. Also, in all of the scenes we see are at night. So this also links with the storyline. As the Victorian setting is also something that we haven't seen delivered in the MCU to a proper extent, and I think that this will be a new and different, which is actually good, but also scary coming from the MCU, considering their last approaches to change in the last few years. Now, there isn't much to say other than the fact that this will only work with other variants of Loki in this setting. Having a Victorian setting is all good with Victor or Timley, but you need other variants to back up the actual validity of the setting. Now, I think when having other variants will cause time slipping would make sense, but yeah, this person oh my god, Brad Wolf, in this series, in some way, shape or form, he plays some role, not just in a movie as well. Now, Brad Wolf is an actor in the movie. He's an actor in the movie called The Zaniac, and this is something we see in the trailer. And from the footage in the trailer, he's playing the lead role. Apart from this, he also is being hunted by the TVA, but ends up in the hands of Loki and Mobius, who interrogate him. This is all we know of this time. I don't know what is the actual significance of this character. We see shadows face him, but he does seem really interesting. And I wonder what the importance of this character entails. I do have a theory. There was an image of his actor in a TVA suit, which leads me to believe this is the origins of him being what happened to Rona Renslayer and becoming a TVA, but then trying to fight it, and then which is why we see him in a box. But then he's right, I'll be a worker here. So I think that's what this it will be. It would make a good story, that's for sure. But hey, we'll see. Now, the season obviously revolves around Kang, so it leads you to the question: what is the actual role of the TVA in this season? To be honest, I don't think that the TVA will actually have a big impact on this season compared to last season. They will probably serve as a foundation, as the story will stem from the TVA, not only as a place but as but not major as a what do you call it? A reason for all of it, but not majorly. It will not majorly focused on the TVA. It's we'll mention it, but we won't show it as much. Now, we saw this at the end of the last season, and I preferred it that way, to be fair. So if it is kept it is a smooth trajectory, to be honest, if they keep it in this direction, because the TVA, as much as they're comic accurate, don't get me wrong, I would rather them just keep it cool, keep it on the down low, and we'll let Loki and the others shine. I think that would probably be the best thing to do. Now, very good question. Who is Miss Minutes in season 2? How do you think of my impression first? You better run. Yeah, I don't know how that was a great. Yeah, we won't talk about that. But anyway, it was revealed that last season that Miss Minutes was created by He Who Remains and worked under his doing, so now he is dead, so who is she? It is hard to understand who she really is because she is still a character who is growing. Now, in this trailer, we see her as a ghost-like clock in the Victorian time, and from this, I have actually gotten more confused but I do have a theory that a very different variants of Miss Minutes, and that Miss Minutes we saw as a ghost was actually the companion of Victor Timley. So last season we saw Miss Minutes with He Who Remains as the orange clock, but I think this one is Victor Timley as it looks different. So that means Kang will look different, and that means Kang the Conqueror has a Miss Minutes, but we don't know where. But yeah, that definitely makes sense. And yeah, like that does make sense because like variants apparently play a big role, and just because like they say, like I'm a fixed point or something, like everyone has a variant in some sort of timeline, which is confirmed by Miss Minutes in one of the commercials. So I do think that this is the case, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, Loki variants. Now, I read, the reason I put this is because look at the if you look at the what do you call it, the clock, there are many different variants of Loki. Now, there is a common theory that we will see another appearance from the Dream Team, including Boastful Loki, Kid Loki, and Crocky Loki. I like to call him Crocky Loki. Now, that like and all well and that's all well and good, but I do think that the one we ought to look out for is Classic Loki. I do think Classic Loki, like as much as he died very quickly and suspiciously, I think he will actually play a big role in this season, or in different ways than what we actually knew about Classic Loki. I know Loki is a hero in this series, in the sense that he is a villain serving a glorious purpose in his own eyes, which he is. So yeah, I would say he's actually a hero. So I think that is what Classic Loki will do when he'll come out of that that whole place where you get pruned. Then you'll be like, right, I'm free. I need to serve my glorious purpose. And then I think there's a possibility we do see him, but I think that would probably divert from the idea of Kang. But I again do think that this is the better idea, because then it would be Loki instead of Kang. So I do think this is the best idea to go. But along with Loki variants, I think there's something else you need to consider, which is Kang variants. Now it's hard to say because it is really it is really being kept a secret. This season is being kept so secretive. But my bet is that we will see Kang, we'll see Kang Prime, and that will be the main antagonist behind everything going on in the series. But we may also get another appearance from the true Council of Kangs. But this is also a Loki series, not a Kang series. That is one thing I would like to emphasize, which is really hard to fight between the season, but a possible appearance can be in order. The person I would like to appear is Mr. Gryphon. I don't think the Council of Kangs, a Council of Kangs should be making an appearance, but other than that, it would just be stretching the truth. But an appearance from Mr. Gryphon, I think he would fight well with Loki, and but he shall. Well, as much as we'll wait and see, he would actually tie in with the a possible timeline. So I think that's obviously something that we can be promised later. Now, very important question actually, I think. Now, will we see a comic accurate Rona Renslayer? Now, last season we saw a colour palette. As you can see, we saw a colour palette in her costume that looks similar to Rona Renslayer in the comics. But I think that this season, in the end, we will actually see a comic accurate version of her, with her whole crown and everything. But her storyline. In the season, I think she will go to Victor Timley and he will fall in love with her, like in the comics. And this will then finalize the true purpose of the characters, as the same could apply to Kang Prime. Maybe Kang will find this version of her. And then if he does decide to make an appearance, this will be how it works. I think that will be a perfect way to start off this relationship as a comic accurately, and yeah, I think that would actually be a perfect thing to see in this to see in the I'm really blanking here. Oh my god. I think it would be a perfect thing to see this season, as Renslayer was really reflected on closer to the end. So yeah. Yeah. Now the series marketing. Unlike other projects, this hasn't actually gotten many action figures. Pop figures, literally nothing other than a new meal called the Loki Meal. Now, in the trailer, it can be seen that Sylvie is working at Mackey's. And from this, then we learn that there would be some type of partnership between the two. And this turns into the Loki Meal. We got a Loki Meal. providing Mackey's lovers with a soft drink, fries, a choice of QPC, which is a quarter pounder with cheese, and 10 pieces nuggets or a Big Mac. A hefty meal, don't you think? Now this also introduces the sweet and sour sauce featured at the Loki Meal, because there are different versions of it called as the variants. Now I have tried. I still haven't tried this yet, but my plan is to order this the night that it comes out, and I've like caught. Well, to be fair, the time of uploading this has probably already happened, but yeah, like I'm definitely doing this. This is all planned out. But also, Randy Donuts in America also have like Miss Minutes cupcake like donuts, which is also a very good thing. And I think the marketing is actually what obviously sells the series. But like I love how they're doing it, and I think it's all very fun as well. So keep up the hustle. To be fair. Why is the MCU being secretive with this season? Yes, very much so. Now, if you look at the marketing and the promos for this series, it is pretty obvious that this series is being kept secret for some reason. I would say I think I know, but in this sense, unfortunately, I do not. I would say as I said, I don't know what's going on. We know the plot, the villain, and what is the impact? Do we have an impact? I mean, we got a Loki Meal, which kept people distracted and diverted from the bigger picture, which I think was done on purpose. Now, and I think it is clear that this season has something big for the audience that I cannot wait. They're being so secretive, and I only noticed this as of 20 seconds ago. Victor Timley is actually in the cover, and they said will not have a load of Kang, what'd you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Will not have a load of Kang promos. And if you can see by the poster, Loki is walking towards Victor Timely, and then Ouroboros is walking away from Loki. So, and Ouroboros is said to be in this series, and I've seen his acting before, and it's really good. And I think he'll play a big role. At least when they're in the TVA, and I do like his character, just full stop. But yeah. Oh yes. Now, how would this link to the Kang Dynasty? Other than the fact that this series will show Kang, I think that this series will impact the series. This movie will impact This series will impact the movie, oh my god, and will impact the plotline more than you think. And if this season is coming before the Kang Dynasty, then it is obvious that Loki will lose this season, and this will lead to Loki returning to Earth, then informing the Avengers, and then becoming involved with the Avengers, and then saying that Kang is coming, and then voila, then you've got the Kang Dynasty movie. That is a perfect storyline in a nutshell. I've just given it to you. And I actually like this poster as much as it's fake. It is really good. Just want to say that. This is an amazing question. Will we ever see a Mobius on a jet ski? The director hasn't exactly debunked this theory, and it is possible that this season we get Mobius on a jet ski. We could possibly see this as a flashback to what Mobius was doing before working for the TVA, and he could be a family guy on a holiday on a jet ski. Now, one that would be a wish from the audience, and it would tie in with the storyline similar to what had happened with Rona. As much as this is very far-fetched, it is very possible. Yes, I would like to see this. I request this, and we need him on a jet ski. Mobius needs to be on a jet ski. Now, actually, where this stems from is what Owen Wilson on a jet ski. And I think, when he was talking about jet skis. So, yes, we need this. We just do. Chances of season 3. Okay. While no season 3 has officially been announced, if you consider the 2-year gap between season 1 and 2, if you were to get a season 3, it would be more than likely to release in late 2025 or early 2026, and that was also given that the potential delays, which obviously be before the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So unless there is nothing big, it would be between. They would be no point. there would be no point. Maybe after the Fantastic Four movie, but not before. It just wouldn't make sense. I actually agree with that. I actually very much agree with that. I think that Kang Dynasty should, I think there should be a season 3, possibly after Fantastic Four and having them in it. I think that would make sense, but like, honestly, I wouldn't. It would be better to have one after the Kang Dynasty if to continue it on at all. It just, yeah, I would say it wouldn't make sense. Fan theories, please tell me we've got fan theories. Yes, we're on fan theories. Right. Okay, since the events of Multiverse of Madness, there have been many speculations around the idea of the incursion, so it would make sense to think that this series may have something to do with that as well. This season could cause an incursion leading to the events of a rumored project known as Avengers Incursions. I like that. I very much like that. Yes, me do like. We know this season has a lot to do with the Kang Dynasty and its preparation for Secret Wars. There have been many theories to do with Battle World. The theory is that this season will introduce us to give us a glimpse of in regard to what will happen in Battle World. While this is unlikely to happen, we do know there has been a recent news coming out of the Fantastic Four production, so we are not too far away. I don't know the Fantastic Four links with Battle World, but okay. And I think Battle World wouldn't make sense because that's like Secret Wars, which is like 5 years away. So no, I don't think that makes sense. Now, this series will end up just before the events of Kang Dynasty. If during this season we see Kang, that will lead into the Kang Dynasty. Then possibly, if the TVA is destroyed during the season, Loki could escape the TVA and warn the Avengers of like Infinity War and tell them that Kang is coming. That is what I said earlier. I actually like all of these theories, to be fair. Like the way it's formatted, 1, 2, and 3, I like that. Except Battle World needs to be on top. But I kind of already said them, so yeah. I guess they all do have their merit. Right, everyone. That'll be the end of today's video. I know it's like the length of the review, but it's Loki Season 2. I mean, come on. You have to. Now, yeah, so, I'm just, if you are hyped for this, I completely get you. I think it's gonna be worthwhile watching. Now, there's not much to say other than that. I've told you about, like, what is happening, like, with YouTube, but I have been told that next week it will be fine. So, yeah. So that'll be good to see. Now, I've not got much more to say other than that, but other than go and watch Loki Season 2. At the time of uploading, it'll probably be out already, but obviously go and watch it. Now, without further ado, I hope you all do have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!